selector.
The next part that we're going to deal with is willpower. And remember, all of these segments and episodes are based off of the book Spot the Difference that you can get from your local bookstore or order it off of Amazon. And we'll always put the ISBN number somewhere within one of the episodes on the screen, yeah? So you know what the ISBN number is so you can get it. And remember, it's authored by Swiss. The next topic we're going to deal with is willpower. Now, when we speak about willpower, you have a common phrase what everyone usually, knows about, where people say free will. You always hear people talking about free will, yeah? And I'm challenging this because I'm saying there's no such thing as free will. I'm saying all you have is will, because to say free will means that I can do something, yeah, and there won't be no repercussion, yeah? But we know as a universal principle, yeah, that every action, yeah, has a what? Reaction, yeah? And every cause, yeah, has what? An effect, yeah? So we know that there's no such thing as free will, because if I give you something for free, you don't have to give me nothing from it, and you know it's free. But to say free will is wrong, because as we know, there's no such thing as free will, because anything you do has a reaction to it. Every cause has an effect, a reaction has a reaction, yeah? I'm sure you understand my point. So what we're gonna do now is come up with a diagram of yourself. You're a 360 human being, yeah? You're a circle, yeah? And we're gonna split this circle down the middle, yeah? This circle is known as your will, yeah? You have what you will do, yeah? Known as your do's. And you have what you won't do, known as your don'ts, yeah? You have your positives, yeah? And you have your negatives, yeah? And it's not always positive and negative as in good and bad, We have positive as in polarity and negative, yeah? The two ends of the spectrum, yeah? Any word that I say that you don't understand, please pick up a dictionary. The only way we're going to understand the English language is if we use the tool which enlightens us to the English language, which is a dictionary, yeah? Which we should really be called a definitionary, but I'm not going to go into that. But anyway, so we have, this is you, yeah? You're a 360-degree human being, yeah? And you have 180-degree positives or do's, and 100 degrees on negatives or don'ts, yeah? What you do or don't do, or what you will or won't do, yeah? Now, you have voices in your head, just like everyone else. It doesn't mean you're crazy. Everyone has voices in their head, yeah? You have the voice that tells you you should do something, or you have the voice that tells you you shouldn't do something. Based upon what voice you listen to will determine what road you're gonna take, yeah? Which will determine whether it will be negative or positive. Now I want you to ask yourself a question. What voices are you listening to in your mind at this present time in your life? Are you listening to the negative and the voice you shouldn't listen to? Or are you listening to the positive and the voice that you should listen to? Yeah? It's all a mind game. And if you go back to the first episode, yeah, I touched on the information age, the age of the mind. We all know that thought precedes everything. So you've got to be able to control yourself and listen to the voice of reason and the voice of, goodness and the voice of rightness. The voice that's gonna gear you and steer you towards you doing great and achieving great things. Do you understand? And it's all based on will. You either will listen to it or you won't. But remember, one bad voice that you listen to or one bad action that you do in your day can affect your week, can affect your month, and can affect your year, and can affect your life. So it's very important that we study what voices that we're listening to in our heads, because we all have good and bad voices, yeah, rich or poor, yeah, but we can choose what voice we want to listen to, and it's all comes back to willpower, yeah. And whatever you do, yeah, will affect you, and you'll get a repercussion from it, because every action has a reaction, yeah, and every cause has an effect. So that ends our segment on willpower. And do remember that the book Spot the Difference actually goes into it a bit more for you to be able to understand it for reading purposes, yeah. Thank you very much.